Hey lovelies, welcome back to JayeRated. In case you're new here, my name is Jay and I rate TV shows and movies that I Hey lovelies, welcome back to JayeRated. If you're new here, my name is Jay and I rate TV shows and movies that have caught my eye or that I've been following for quite some time now. I hope you've got your snacks ready and your cups are full. Let's get into it. So, tonight we have episode 3 of Love Island Games season 2. This episode had just about everything. We had some kisses. Episode 3 had just about everything. We had kisses in photo booths, oats nobody asked for, tears, tactics, and yes, of course, another bombshell. So let's just start with Garbi and Kendall. I mean, their kiss in the photo booth, spicy, 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 honey. Okay, clearly their connection has developed a little further. Although we didn't get to see them in the last episode, we must have missed out on the little something. Okay, they were actually really cute. I was kind of concerned that Kendall was going to like cringe Garby out a little bit, but clearly not. She's here for it, and I love it for him. I love it for them. Okay, next, Mert and Solene. Mert, sir, he's trying to win the girl's heart by playing chef in the kitchen. Okay, he made three of the girls what he called oats from Mert, but it was still not impressive Solene. I saw her take one bite and she looked like she was gagging, about to throw it up. Now Lucinda, on the other hand, she's eating those oats up, honey. She is still into Mert, and Mert is definitely into her. But she's saying that she wants him to pursue her harder. Um, and Mert is just like, "What more do you want, girl? I'm chefing it up in the kitchen for you on day 2." Or I guess, I mean, technically, this is like a true full second day for them. So he is, in my eyes, like putting in the work, but we don't get to see the full 24 hours. So, I don't know what they're doing when, in, the clips that we don't get to see. But Lucinda's saying she wants more from Merritt. Merritt was still struggling with his words a little bit, trying to get his message across to Lucinda, but clearly he saved himself because he ended up with the kiss at the end of their conversation. And it was kind of cute. Now over to Nicola and Isiah. So I actually kind of peeped this one out from the beginning. I mean, we're still in the beginning, but I just said that, they seem like a friendship couple. Doesn't seem like there's anything romantic that's going to be brewing between the two of them. And Isiah actually flat out said it in this episode that he doesn't feel like there's any sexual tension between them while he was talking to Solene. And I think that's pretty clear for all of us to see. But I did say I think that they would work well in challenges just as friends because it seems like they do have that like type of chemistry with each other. Um, Now, Solyn is actually saying in her confessional that she does like Isiah, but she is going to keep that close to her chest. She wants Isiah to say it to her first, basically to admit, or be forthcoming that he likes her before she says it. And, you know, nothing wrong with that. So Lynn seems like she actually may be there for love. I don't think she actually explicitly stated it in her like introduction, um, but it seems like she's more there for potentially finding a romantic connection. Um, Although she may be like a huge competitor as well. Now, Chris and KayKay. I had high hopes for these two in the beginning. I mean, we're still in the beginning. Let me not get too far ahead. But boy, Chris, I just feel like he's too focused on the money. He's actually keeping KK at like arm's length, which he's gonna end up broke in the love department. Okay, KayKay actually feels like their pace is moving a little too slow for her, which, I mean, I don't necessarily think that is the case, but I do think that Chris could probably do a little better with just making sure she knows that he's interested as it relates to maybe just like physical touch. Um, clearly KK, she does seem to like need that type of reassurance from her partner or whomever she's like talking with. And he's not really giving that back to her, although she's kind of making it clear that that is like what she wants or needs. Meanwhile, Tyreek, she and him were in the bathroom a couple of hours later having a conversation, and he just straight up kisses her, smooches her down, while Chris is in the bedroom downstairs, knocked the hell out. Ty and Andreina also had a conversation where he basically told her he wants to still potentially pursue a romantic connection with her, but is considering coupling up with someone else just for the challenges. The man has no shame. Okay, I will tell you this: he is blunt, he is direct, and he is going to give it to you just how it is without any tact. Okay, Andreina was so pressed by the conversation that she was actually crying a little bit, like letting her know she was concerned, and he reassured her slightly. Okay, but it was paper thin for sure. Speaking of Andreina, she and Charlie got a text early the next morning that they would be going out for some R&R, some rest and relaxation. Little did they know they'd actually be going on a date with the two newest bombshells, Johnny and Justine. So Charlie and Justine's date was very chill vibes. I mean, I feel like they really just kind of got to know each other. Um, didn't really see anything like stand out between the two of them. But Johnny and Andreina, clearly they have a past on the outside, even if they weren't like dating like boyfriend and girlfriend. Clearly they had some sort of romantic connection on the outside because they were very close and like touchy feely with each other, um, and just like open with the conversation they were having. Johnny even asked her like what she was comfortable sharing with the other Islanders as it relates to their connection going into their R&R date. Honestly, I thought Andreina was just completely sold on Ty, but she was shocked to see Johnny. And the girl is spoiled for choice. I mean, she's got options now. Honestly, as much of a villain Johnny kind of makes himself out to be, seems like he would be a better match for her. And they even shared a kiss towards the end that was also very, very steamy. To end their date, both Charlie and Andreina got a text from the producer stating that they would be completing a team challenge with both Johnny and Justine, and they'd have the option to pick another couple from the villa to battle. Um, and this is where it actually started to like get really fun for me, I think, because this is probably the most like strategy I heard discussed this season, and it was pretty interesting hearing the Islanders' takes on who they thought would be easier to beat or who might be a stronger player later in the game because of the type of connections that they had in the villa, not necessarily due to like physicality or stature. So that part was really interesting. So Andreina and Johnny ultimately ended up picking Garbi and Kendall to battle, and Charlie and Justine ended up picking Nicola and Isiah to battle. Now, switch to the villa where they're just going about their day having chats about like some of the connections that they're forming, and then they get a text letting them know who is going to be in the battle. So as soon as Nicola hears her name, I mean, she went from 0 to 100. I will say I applaud her mindset because the episode before, Lucinda was shaking in her boots whenever she found out, she would need to be doing a challenge that same night. Nicola was like, "Me? All right, you picked the right bitch, okay?" And I was here for it. Nicola was definitely in a winner's mindset, and honestly, I feel like she put Isiah there because he was just kind of chilling, laid back. He wasn't really giving too much away, but she was definitely hype enough for the both of them. Kendall, he seemed like he was pretty confident, but I was actually shocked that Garbi seemed like she was a little shook, especially considering her performance in the first challenge. Okay, so the challenge itself. Shout out to production, okay? Because the challenges, I will say, from the first Love Island games and just the two that I've seen in this Love Island game, it's top tier, okay? Like the creativity, I love it, okay? Give those people a race because it's definitely entertaining. This challenge was giving like Operation on steroids. So first up was Charlie and Justine and Nicola and Isiah. Um, I will say I felt like Nicola and Isiah were kind of flying through the challenge, but because of that, they kept messing up and having to start over, as opposed to Justine and Charlie was kind of more slow and steady wins the race. But once they messed up, they couldn't rebound. So Nicola and Isiah took the win, which ultimately left Charlie still at risk. And then we had Johnny and Andreina versus Garbi and Kendall. Now, I felt like the both of them were kind of neck and neck just to start. But once they actually like got a couple minutes in, I think Garbi just started to get into her head a little bit, and so she and Kendall, they kept messing up and having to start over, and they never really came back. Johnny and Andreina took the win, and so Andreina was no longer at risk, and she was given the ability to give someone from the losing team, either Kendall or Garbi, the heartbreaker necklace, which would have put them at risk, and she chose to give it to Kendall. So, with two Islanders being vulnerable, the remaining Islanders got to choose who they wanted to stay. Tell me who you think they picked. Kendall, of course. So that left my boy Charlie with the least amount of votes and going home. Justice for my boy Charles, okay? He left his last season in the exact same way. It was just much sooner this time. My boy didn't have enough time, but you know what? Clearly, it just was not meant to be. And because Love Island Games doesn't give us any breathing room, as my boy Charles is walking out the door, who are they ushering in? A new bombshell, Toby from Love Island UK in the first season of Love Island Games. The show moves at lightning speed, but it doesn't make me any less obsessed. Well, to wrap it up, I'd say I J rate this episode a 10 out of 10. I felt like the pacing was great. We got to see some of the couples, further their connections a little bit. We still got to see some mess and drama. I'm here for it, baby. Keep us fed. Well, that was my take, but I want to know y'all's. What do y'all think about Toby coming in? Do you think my boy Charlie deserved to go home so soon? Let me know in the comments. And if you're rocking with my reviews, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, keep your snacks ready and your cups full. Cheers.